Okay, so time for the first comedian. We're very pleased that he's here tonight. You guys are going to like him a lot. He's opened for Sarah Silverman. He's opened for Zach Galifianakis. He's a really funny guy. So give it up for Josh D. Donato. Josh.
All right, make some noise for Dana Olson. He for sure bought that sex doll. And make some noise because it's Mother's Day. That's my favorite showbiz lingo, by the way. Make some noise. You ever think about what you hear it all the time, right? But it's kind of a vague thing to ask a group of strangers, is it not? Right? When when somebody asks you to make some noise, there's like two sanctioned noises, right? Like applause, woo! Maybe, ow! I think that's the gamut of the make some noise request, right? And you guys, you seem pretty cool. I'm gonna open up to you right up top. I have a secret hope that one day I'll be at a show and somebody will say that from the stage. But everybody in the audience will have never been to a show before. And they're all really groovy and open-minded, and everybody just makes their own noise, man. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. If somebody busted out Tom Jones unsolicited from the crowd, I think that I would probably take off my panties and gingerly toss them to that person. Which is why I wear women's underwear on stage every night, just in case. We've all got pet peeves. I'll tell you one of mine is when people don't know what a pet peeve is. No, you just talk to some people and they'll say, you know what my pet peeve is? Racism. And it's like, no. Pet peeve is something that just bugs you and not for a good reason. It cannot be something that is universally agreed to be a terrible thing. You know what my pet peeve is? Cold-blooded murder. When I'm in Starbucks and someone just like stabs the person in front of me to death, it's like, really? Can't you go outside? You're being so annoying. You just literally got blood on my phone. I figured out that all of my pet peeves are verbal. Like, I really kind of don't care what people do. It's just the stuff that people say that drives me crazy. You know, like, you know when people say, it goes without saying? You don't need to say that ever. I was hanging out with my best friend. He says, well, it's 10:30. It goes without saying. We should probably get some dinner. Well, yeah, it could have gone without saying. But then you said it. So no, it's going with saying. I think if you find yourself saying it goes without saying a lot, you should probably just go without saying anything to me for a while. There seems to be a lot of confusion these days about what the word random means. So let me just tell you, the word random means one thing: chosen arbitrarily. That is it. I said it, I screwed up the actual saying of the words. Chosen arbitrarily. It doesn't mean weird, guys. Oh my God, that movie was so random. No, it wasn't a series of flashing images. It had the same characters in the beginning, middle, and end. Not random. Random also doesn't mean generic or unimportant to me. Oh my God, Maggie hooked up with some random guy at the party? No, I don't think that he was chosen at random. I think he was probably in the top 50th percentile of attractiveness at the party. And your friend was in the lower 30th percentile of awareness. Random doesn't mean unexpected. I heard a comic on stage say, oh, I got totally baked at my house and then my dad stopped by randomly. So your dad was just walking through your neighborhood, had no idea he was in your neighborhood, and just thought, I just feel like knocking on a door. Oh, here's one. Oh my God, it's my son, you're high. What's going on? And finally, random does not mean intermittently, comma, once in a while. A friend of mine really said this to me. She said, "Oh, I just smoke randomly here and there." So you just close your eyes and wrap your lips around things? And sometimes it's a cigarette? Be careful, you're gonna get hurt or pregnant. I don't know how pregnancy works. I don't know, I'm just too into words. I'm so into words. And it's a problem for me because nobody else is. People don't care about words, you know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like a lot of people think about words the way that I think about cars. Okay, you seem confused. Let me explain. So it's like, okay, I've driven a car. I own a car. I've driven a car thousands of times, right? I need a car to get around. But I don't know how cars work. You know what I mean? At all, seriously. Like if something breaks down with my car, I just have to have $1,500 handy. You know what I mean? Because I have no way of knowing if what they say to me at the car fix place is true. You know what I mean? Like you will never hear me say like, "Oh, I know it's not the alternator, buddy." I don't even know what that is. I don't even know if my car has that. It probably does. But I had to look up car terms just to have a word. And I feel like that's how people view words. Do you know what I mean? Because you need words to function, to get around in life, right? But people don't like care about how they work. And that's the thing is if you drive a car, if you don't take care of a car, right, your car will break down, right? But if you misuse words, no one's going to take you off the road of language. You know what I mean? You're just allowed to keep going. No one will stop you. Okay, all right. So, all right. Well, so this has been a problem because I've been doing the online dating on the internet with the computer. Okay, apps. Okay, so I don't know. I read the profiles. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Is like the words matter to me. You know, I feel like a lot of people don't read the bios on the dating apps. I feel like a lot of people don't read their own bios before posting them. And I care about the words too much, you know. I mean, I like a picture. I like a nice picture of a nice lady, you know. But just, I don't know. I don't think of myself as having high standards. That's not how I see myself. But like, I read the bios and I'm just like, I try not to judge. But this one woman is like, "I want to meet a man who can pique my interests." P-E-E-K. For those of you who didn't laugh, it's spelled P-I-Q-U-E. And I read that and I'm like, I'm just not going to enjoy spending time with that person. You know what I mean? Obviously, when you meet in person, there's fewer spelling errors when you're talking. But apparently I've cut out too many people. So then I'm like, all right. I just want to meet someone who knows the difference between your and your. Is that a high bar? I feel like if you are a native English speaker, you should master that by age 10. You know what I mean? But no, apparently I've still cut out half the people. So it's like, all right. At this point, I just want to meet a woman who agrees with me that women is the plural of woman. I can't meet another strong, independent women. I can't. Call me old-fashioned. I just want to meet one at a time. I don't know. I feel like in the online profile, you want to kind of put your best foot forward, be kind of positive, and some women do not share my view. So many profiles. First words of the profile: no liars, no cheaters. And it's like, okay, someone's been hurt. I get it. Like, I don't know if that's the first thing you want me to see about you, you know? It's just, or no drama. You see that a lot. No drama. Which, when I read that in a profile, I don't read that as like, hey, no drama, I'm chill, you know? It feels all capsy to me, you know? And you know who tend to be the most dramatic people? people who use the word drama as a go-to, I have found. Yeah. I don't know. People say it's so weird. Online dating is so weird. Oh, it's if you have a kid, you'll have to explain to the kid, I swiped on your mom. I've heard 1,000 comics do that joke. I don't think it's that weird. You know what I mean? Because more and more of our interactions are online these days, right? I think it's going to be way weirder in the future to describe meeting in person. Seriously. Like, I think there'll be a lot of conversations in the future that are like, Grandpa, how did you meet Grandma? Well, I had a job at Pizza Hut, and she just came in and we struck up a conversation. You met IRL? Wasn't that scary? You didn't know what kind of books or movies she liked? You didn't read any inspirational quotes. You just met. Yeah, that's how we used to do it, kitten. And how did you meet? Oh, I had a job at Pizza Hut. You know pizza, right? Yeah, I know pizza, but Grandpa, what is job? Oh, that's just something we used to have back before the world economy collapsed under the weight of capitalism. It was a long time ago, sweetie. It was a different world. Yeah, back then, 110 degrees was considered hot, if you can believe that. Oh, what I wouldn't give for 110-degree weather. I miss going outside without a hazmat suit. Grandpa, you can't go outside without a hazmat suit. President Gaga says that's very dangerous. Oh, no, I voted for President Gaga. You know, our president was the son of a very famous pop singer from when I was a young lad. But no, I trust the science, and I trust President Jeff Gaga. Okay. The only unrealistic part of that joke is that Lady Gaga would not name her son Jeff. Everything else is pretty much on track. It is Mother's Day, and mothers are great, blah, blah, blah. But we've got a lot of women here tonight, which means people are bringing their mom out, or you were bad moms. So, and you need to laugh. Okay. And there's not a ton of guys here, but I'm curious if any of the guys will relate to this, because I feel like I'm becoming my dad, right? Because I've noticed that I've started to impregnate women and vanish without being responsible for the baby. What can I say? That's how the old man didn't raise me. That is the exact manner in which the old man did not raise me. That joke took 35 years to write. I was hoping for a little more there, but... Now, here's the thing. Okay, so that is a joke I have done in my stand-up act for some time, and it is a true thing, right? But I found out something a year ago, which is that the guy whose name is on my birth certificate, who did not raise me, but who I met later in life and who died a couple years ago, was not my biological father. And that my biological father is still alive, lives in Hawaii. I met him a year ago. And it's just completely turned everything upside down for me. And it's just like, I've been hating the wrong guy this whole time. It's very confusing. Yeah. Thinking about spirituality. And I was thinking about, like, what's the coolest spiritual designation? So when I say that, I mean, who is the most okay with everybody else doing their thing, right? So, you know, Christians are off the list, right? I mean, Christians might be right, about whatever version of, you know, God that there is, but they are not, you know, loosey-goosey about everybody else's spiritual jam. You know what I mean? They're more horsey, I think. You would think the coolest group would be atheists, right? They don't believe anything. What do they care, right? That would be if you had never met an atheist in your whole life. Because that's the thing is, like, I don't know, you get trapped with an atheist at a party, that's your whole night. You're going to hear a lot of facts and maybe some opinions. But I don't know. I think the coolest group has got to be agnostics. Right? Because they don't know. It's in their name, right? They're like, you would think that there wouldn't be evangelical atheists, but there are. But what would an evangelical agnostic look like? You know what I mean? How would an agnostic get in your face? Yeah, the real truth about God is, I don't know. You're probably right. Who knows? Yeah. Sexuality these days is generally sort of considered on a spectrum. And I've generally considered myself pretty darn straight. But I watched this show, The Last of Us. Anybody seen that show? The Last of Us on HBO, zombies, apocalypse thing. Okay. And it's a great show. And there's a subplot on there that's a love story between these two guys, Bill and Frank. And it's just one of the most amazing love stories in TV history. And it's just, it's had an impact on me, I don't know. I've been thinking like, I don't know if I would ever be prison gay, but I would definitely be apocalypse gay. If there's a couple of dozen humans left on Earth, I'm probably going to end with one of the first 2 or 3 people I run into. You know what I mean? In the apocalypse, everyone's a 10. If I meet somebody and they can kill zombies and do some gardening, a beard is no longer a deal breaker for me. Any of you guys like karaoke at all? Yeah? All right, if you're not one of the people who responded, do this. Go to karaoke when you're depressed. Seriously, no, because you get perspective on life, You sit, you have a refreshing beverage, and you see the people up there singing at karaoke, and you think, I've got a long way to go before I hit bottom. Those people are pathetic. No, I do love karaoke. Here's the thing. If you're going to sing at karaoke, one tip. Know the song. A little. A little! How much should we know the song, Josh? Oh, I don't know. Let's say the words of the song are on a big screen TV 5 feet in front of you. If you can read English and sing along, go for it. Otherwise, maybe just sit this one out. Study at home. People pick a song that everybody knows, and it'll be like, ground control to Major Tom. Control to Major Tom. Roll to Major Tom. Tom. My wife, I love her very much. She knows I rocked it tonight. All right. All right. I'll leave you guys with a quick story. I had a party at my house a while back, and this woman I really like came by. She was like the first person to get there. It was kind of before the party really got started, so I didn't want to just like stand by the chips and talk to her. So I gave her the dumb tour of the house, right? And then we get to my bedroom, and I pointed to my bed, but I could not remember the phrase, "This is where the magic happens." So I just ended up saying, "A lot of people get tricked right over there." Yeah, there's a fair amount of deception in that area. Watch out. All right, thanks. Good night.
Josh DiDonato, guys.